Hello, welcome to Cami Designs, and today we're going to be working on the foot part of our sock. So the last video we picked up the gusset, so we picked up the stitches along the side, and where we left off is I started the knit row, which is the round one. So I started this, and so I want to continue to knit around until I'm here, and then we will start round two. So I'll just let you see this here. This is what we'll be doing. So right now I'm just going to knit. And I left this little post-it here so I know where I left off. And I'll move it there when I'm there. Okay. But so right now I just want to knit around here. And you're going to work these two rows, the knit and then this next row we're going to do, round two, until you're down to, I think, 64 stitches. Yeah, 64 stitches, because right now we are currently at 86 stitches. So, I'm just going to knit these real fast. Well, maybe not real fast, but we'll knit them and see what we got. Let me turn the light here. Once I get going, it'll go a lot faster, but this needle, other needle's in my way here. So I'm just knitting these right now. And I'm working this on a total of 5 double pointed needles, but if you have a set of 4, you would have all your stitches on 3 needles and you'd have 1 working needle. So, and the needles I'm using to do this is Knitter's Pride, and it's called Zing. And these are size, it's a 1.5 and it's a 2.50 millimeter. Okay, I finished that needle, but I want to make sure I keep my stitch marker on there so I know where to do my decreases. Okay, now I'm going to go to this one and just knit across. But if you were doing a pattern, say you had a lace pattern or a cable pattern, this is where you would continue to do that pattern. But mine is just stock knit, so I'm just going to keep knitting it across. This is just a simple sock. And I'll just keep going. I want to make sure I don't lose any of my stitches before I get to them. Yep, and it looks like it's working fine. Okay. And this does seem like a lot of stitches for the size of double pointed needles, but it holds them just fine. And I'm just stitching all these. Here. Now this is red heart yarn. It is worse weighted, so it's not what most socks are done. Most socks are done in a fingerling weight, which is a lighter weight or a sports weight. But this just happens to be what's available, and I like these colors, and so this is what I do my socks in. Makes them a little warmer, a little thicker, and I don't mind that. And this color is called Papaya. I push all my stitches to the center so I don't lose them. And this is what the skein looks like when it's all still together. Okay. Now I'm starting this one, and I already have a stopper on here, so I'm just going to switch my stitch marker right to it. Okay, and I'm going to knit these ones here, and these are the ones I picked up. Looks like I got some extra yarn there, maybe not. I'm just going to knit them here. Okay. We're getting there. Only 86 stitches. Now I try to concentrate so I'm not really chatty during this part of the sock. Okay. Okay, almost. Now, in the last video, this marker here is the representation of where my row begins. So I have to finish these 10 stitches and then I go on to row 2. And this will be the center of your heel, right in the middle. Okay. So now I want to stitch these 10 stitches here. And you just want to be kind of careful so you don't lose your stitches. And you know, if you're worried about losing your stitches, then do what I do and I weave a thread through, like this one here. Now this is safe for me to pull out now because I'm far enough ahead, and I could even put one of those around here, but I think I'm fine. I say that now, but things might change. You know, I try to keep my fingers on the stitches too. I think that helps me from losing them. Okay, now we just finished round 1, which is just an all knit stitch. I'll get my paper here. So we just finished round 1. Now we're on to round 2. Now I want to knit until there's 3 stitches until the first marker, which is going to be this one. So I want to knit all these until I have 3 stitches before that. Okay, and then I'm going to knit 2 together, knit 1, then slide the marker, and then I'll finish knitting these until I get to this marker here. So let's do that here. So I'm just going to slip that. Let me get it. So I'm just going to knit these. I'm going to leave that stitch marker there. That's the start of my row. So this is where you start to decrease your gusset and work your foot. Oops, I think I had too much there. Here we go. Oops. There we go. So these stitches a little bit. Okay. Just like this. Okay, and I want to continue to knit these ones until I will get to 3 stitches before the stitch marker. Okay. And once you get the hang of it, it will go pretty fast. You just have to kind of remember which rows you're on. So that's why I have a post-it. Or if I'm working a pattern off of my tablet, you know, I'll put something next to it. I use Knit Companion, and they've got little tabs and all kinds of different things. You can mark where you're at. Okay, I got 3 more stitches, and then I'm at my knit 2 together. And here. Now I want to knit 2 together, which is here. Okay. And I do have a video on how to do that. So I just want to go into these 2 stitches, and they are a little tight. And, oops, let's try that again. These are tight. Ugh, I will get this. Oh, I will eventually get this. It's usually not this hard. There we go. Okay, now I just want to knit 1. There we go. Okay, and now I want to just slide these onto here because I want to remember where that I have to do my decreases. And then this one I'm just going to knit across. Just knitting across. I'm trying not to keep it super tight, but I tend to be a tight knitter, so gotta remind myself to loosen it up a little bit. Now this I'm just going to knit all the way to the stitch marker. Because you don't want to decrease on the top of the foot, you want to decrease in the gusset. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Now I'm at my next stitch marker. And this one here, I want to slide the marker. So I'm going to switch these onto this needle here, where the stitches will be. And now I want to knit 1. So I'm going to knit 1, then I'm going to do an SSK, which is slip to knitwise, then knit together through the back loop. So I do have a video on that, but I will also show you here how I do it. Okay. So I want to knit the first one. Yarn here. Okay. So I just want to knit this one. Okay. Now I want to do an SSK. So I go in like I'm going to knit this one, slip it off, go into this second one like I'm going to knit, slip it off. And then I want to slide it back on here, and now I'm through the back loops. And so I want to yarn around and just pull it up, just like that. And that is my SSK. And then I just want to knit the rest of these. That was a lot easier than the knit 2 together, apparently. My other ones are a little tight. So then I just knit to the end of this row here, around. Now, if you are working this sock on a magic loop, you won't have obviously this many needles to contend with, but it is a little more difficult to do this gusset part on magic loop. But so there we go. So there's to that, and then these ones I just want to knit as well because these are the end of that round still. Okay. Okay. Oops, I did not have that needle into the loop all the way. Okay, now this is the end of round 2. So now I've decreased 1 stitch on each side. Now I want to go back to round 1, and I'll just knit the whole thing, and then I repeat this. And you want to repeat this. You want to work rounds 1 and 2, and you'll have a total of 11 times, and then you'll have 64 stitches when you're done. So once again, you just want to repeat these two around until you're down to 64 stitches. And I'll save this here too if anybody is following along and they want to pause it so they can write it down or whatever they want to do. And I just want to thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the like and subscribe button. And if you would like to be notified when my videos come out, just hit the little bell and you'll be notified when I release a new video. And I try to release a video every week, 1 knit and 1 left-handed crochet. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.